Christmas is the season of joy, fun, and reflection as it falls on the last month of the calendar year, but what's a fun season without some fun movies? For decades, filmmakers have brought the holiday magic to the big screen, and there have been some memorable ones. That being said, let's get straight into the 10 best Christmas comedy movies of all time. What you need to know? What better way to celebrate the biggest holiday of the year than to curl up on the couch with a few classic Christmas comedies? The holiday season is a time for families and friends to surround themselves with love and joy. And even though Christmas movies are frequently filled with good vibes, there is something particularly unique about those that use humor to tell their tales. However, not all holiday comedies are beloved or even successful, but it's impossible to ignore the happiness they may inspire. Anyone who watches a good Christmas movie will surely feel the spirit of the season in their hearts and will wish it never ends. Although some of these holiday movies may be intended for younger audiences, it's okay to watch them as an adult. After all, everyone deserves a good laugh, right? Now, let's check out the 10 best Christmas comedy movies ever. Number 10, Love Actually. At number 10 on our list is Love Actually. Truth be told, a Christmas movie with the word love in the title deserves to make it to any Christmas list. Love Actually follows the lives of 8 distinct couples, all pursuing romance in very different ways. Although it seems like more of a drama, the plot is bursting with a range of various topics, and is one of the funniest Christmas movies ever produced. Due to the number of jokes it manages to fit into its running time, this movie will probably be a favorite amongst fans of well-written, more serious comedies. Since every couple is different, so too are their senses of humor, and even though not every couple's experience may resonate with every viewer, the humor used consistently throughout the story is certain to make an impact. If you haven't seen it, then you should this holiday season. Number 9, Jingle All the Way. One of the most popular songs in the world is Jingle Bells, and it resonates with the Christmas spirit to the fullest. For this reason, the film Jingle All the Way snatches up the number 9 spot on our list. In the film, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Howard Langston has been putting his career before his family for far too long. However, spending more time with them and, most significantly, getting his son Jamie the present he wants for Christmas are the ways he plans to make up for it. Unfortunately for Howard, what Jamie wants is a Turbo Man action figure, but they are all sold out. The majority of the story is spent with Howard desperately exploring Minneapolis for the elusive toy, but he's not the only one. Mailman Myron likewise waited until the last minute to buy his Christmas presents, which caused frequent arguments between both fathers throughout the film. It packs a good laugh, trust me. Number 8, Noelle. Noelle shares the endearing story of Kris Kringle's daughter and the consequences of persuading her brother Nick to take a trip. This Christmas, Nick is expected to take over his father's responsibilities, but he's not sure he can. He departs the North Pole because he feels stuck and then disappears without a trace. Feeling responsible, Noelle embarks on a quest to find him. Although she struggles to fit in and has little knowledge of contemporary society, she never lets this get in the way of her goals. She eventually spots Nick leading a yoga class, which is his newfound passion, and she tries to persuade him to go back home. It's a great Christmas comedy film, which is why it has made the number 8 position on our list. Number 7, The Santa Claus. At number 7, we have The Santa Claus, and I must say, it's a really funny film. Despite having little interest in the holidays, Calvin chooses to make an extra effort to enjoy whenever he is granted custody of his son on Christmas. Together, the two have a fairly typical Christmas Eve up until Scott unintentionally causes a Santa Claus costume man to fall from his roof. Scott and his son are taken to the North Pole on Santa's sled after donning the deceased man's Santa suit, where they discover that Scott must take over Santa's duties in the workshop. The following morning, Scott wakes up convinced that the events were nothing more than a vivid dream, but as the months go by, he comes to terms with his new reality. Number 6, Bad Santa. Perhaps the most obscene Christmas film ever made is Bad Santa, and even though it isn't your typical goody-goody Christmas film, it is loaded with so many laughs that it takes our number 6 position. It tells the tale of Willie Stokes, a vengeful con artist who robs several retail stores each year by impersonating Santa Claus. He used to be great at robbing small-town shops, but drunkenness has made him sloppy and untrustworthy. Willie is mainly concerned with himself, but after meeting Thurman Merman, a small child who thinks Willie is Santa Claus, his perspective starts to shift. Willie spends a significant chunk of the film manipulating Thurman to achieve his goals, but as the story develops, his icy demeanor gradually softens. So, we're halfway through our list, and I'm sure you'd like to check out the Christmas comedy movies we've mentioned so far, but keep watching this video because we've got 5 more amazing Christmas comedy films to run through. Number 5, The Night Before. At number 5, we have The Night Before, which follows the lives of Isaac, Ethan, and Chris, 3 lifelong friends who have spent their Christmases partying for the past 10 years. But when Isaac gets ready to have a child, the group must face the possibility that their yearly evenings of celebration are coming to an end. The trio of friends decide to throw a lavish farewell party rather than be sad about the end of their annual tradition, and they embark on a citywide search to locate the fabled Nutcracker Ball after hearing rumors about it. Despite the fact that it seems like a straightforward mission, their quest for the location puts them in some unexpected and hilarious scenarios. Number 4, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The Grinch's Trick Christmas is celebrated in the enchanted village of Whoville, where everyone loves the holiday. The Whos live generally contented lives, but there is someone waiting in nearby Mount Crumpet who wants to disrupt that. Since he was a young child, the Grinch has detested Christmas, his classmates frequently made fun of him because of his appearance, and despite his attempts to blend in for a while, he eventually fled to Mount Crumpet and has lived there ever since. During his time in the mountains, he solidified his abhorrence of Christmas, but after meeting Cindy Lou Who, he starts to soften up. Number 3, Home Alone. There is no way in the world we'll make a Christmas comedy films video without including the classic Home Alone. Kevin McAllister receives an early room assignment as retribution for spoiling a family dinner. He wishes for his family to disappear because of how they treat him, and the next morning, he discovers that they have all traveled without him. Kevin spends the following few days reveling in the departure of his family, but things suddenly change when 2 burglars start lurking around his home. Due to its charm, Home Alone is a whimsical journey from beginning to end, and while the thought of a burglar breaking into the home would make most kids cringe, Kevin relishes the idea and, in fact, encourages the burglars to try. However, he uses toys and other domestic appliances to fend off the thieves in the funniest manner ever. Number 2, The Muppets Christmas Carol. One of the cutest cinematic adaptations ever is undoubtedly The Muppets Christmas Carol, and that's why it's number 2 on our list. It is based on the famous Charles Dickens tale and chronicles the life of Ebenezer Scrooge, an acerbic old man who is obsessed with money. He is a cold-hearted man who hates Christmas, but after being visited by the ghost of a Christmas present, his attitude towards the holiday starts to change. And after learning about what makes Christmas so unique, Ebenezer decides to change his ways. At number 1, Elf. One of the funniest Christmas movies to ever appear on screen is Elf, and it snatches our number 1 position. The film centers on Buddy, an endearing elf who resides at the North Pole. He is different from the other elves in Santa's workshop since he is considerably taller, but lacks the skills required to produce toys. The plot begins when Buddy's protector, Papa Elf, reveals that he is actually a human. Buddy then embarks on a trip to New York City after finding out that his father, Walter, is on the naughty list. It is certainly filled with laughs, and you'll enjoy it every step of the way. We've come to the end of the video, but before you go, please hit the comment section and tell us about other funny Christmas movies you know. And if you enjoyed watching this, then it'll be great if you give us a like and share. Lastly, but definitely not least, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell to keep getting more interesting videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.